might sentence you to life in confinement without parole.
That's f***ing horse shit. You do whatever the f*** you want.
Stop shutting my mic off, please.
Your Honor,
Why are they shutting my mic off?
because he's talking.
I'm the federal witness of the United States federal government. I demand some respect, you. All I did was trespass on property.
Ma'am, you got to create the community that you want to live in.
Okay, Mr. Weisinger, let's see. You were arrested and charged with leaving the scene of an accident without giving information, a second-degree misdemeanor. The Public Defender's Office was appointed previously to represent you.
I will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
You would like what? I'm sorry.
To enter a plea of not guilty.
All right. Okay, thank you. That's it. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Ahmed Pohans.
Okay, Mr. Is it Gabrahans? All right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with trespass on property other than a structure, a first-degree misdemeanor. Do I have paperwork on this? These are in-jail arraignments. Okay. All right. Sir, are you going to hire your own attorney or request the public defender?
No, they gave me a letter. I talked to that twice on this visitation. On the visitation screen, I talked twice. That's it, and they gave me a letter. So I don't know. I don't know if I can say that.
Your Honor, I don't believe he has an attorney. I would just ask that you appoint us so that we can assist him.
All right, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent him.
We were enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Do we have Joseph Andre Walker? He refused, Your Honor. He refused. Okay, he's represented by the Public Defender's Office on 2022 MM 6982AO.
Okay, I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty. Thank you.
Okay, court date in Division 82. All right. And then we have Melissa Michelle Ward, 2022 MO 1054AO.
Your Honor, I will waive the appearance and enter a plea of not guilty.
Is that her behind you?
No.
Or no? No, okay. All right, then we need a court date, Division 82.
Mental health, Your Honor.
Mental health. Thank you. Alejandro?
His behavior, Your Honor.
Okay. On 2022 MM 7530AO, he was arrested on trespass on property after warning. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him, stay the bond at 1,000. Are you waiving his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then he's currently out on bond on 2022 MM 6646 AO for loitering and prowling.
It was at the same location as well, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
It was at the same location.
Was it the same location? Then at this time, I will revoke that bond and set a new bond at 1,000. Special condition that he not return to that location. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Miss Elenis, you were arrested and charged with battery, a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I will stay the bond at 500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim in the case, that you not return to the McDonald's where this occurred, and that you possess no weapons as a condition of your bond. Okay, and I've appointed the public defender, ma'am. Okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Hardway, you were arrested and charged with trespass on property after warning.
And
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Mr. Hardway of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to the Orlando International Airport without a valid ticket.
Okay,
we would like to accept an enter plea of no contest.
all right. Okay. So, sir, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Right.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yeah, I'm volunteering and.
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No,
Were you on any criminal probation at the time of this offense? Okay, and how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass?
no contest.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the one day that you've served here in the Orange County Jail. I'm ordering that you not return to Orlando International Airport unless you have a valid ticket. They don't want you back there. You're just going to keep getting arrested, so I'd prefer you just stay away from there.
Okay, I got it.
All right. I'm also ordering court costs and reducing them to a civil judgment, sir. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. No. It'll just cost them money. Christopher Allen Kariva. Okay. I find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'll stay the bond at 250.
Your Honor, state would ask for a no return to
And-
Stagger Inn.
And no return to the establishment, the Stagger Inn, downtown Orlando. Okay. Raymond Lamar. All right. I find probable cause for the petty theft. Appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. I'll stay the bond at 250 with a special condition that he not return to the 7-Eleven at 902 South Orange Avenue. Also, he's currently ROR on a disorderly conduct. I'm going to revoke the ROR, set bond in the amount of $500 for that. Okay. German Longferrer.
We bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. D'Angelo Alston.
Misbehavior, Your Honor.
Can we wait till tomorrow, or roll till tomorrow? There's an offer to resolve the case, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll call him back tomorrow if he still doesn't show up. Okay, reset to 11:08. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Kobe Lyons, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lyons, you were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, violating a city ordinance.
And the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and Mr. Lyons would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, have you read through the plea form and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
I do, Your Honor.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, Your Honor.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you wish to plea?
No contest, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea, find you're entering the plea freely and voluntarily. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to the time you've already served here in the Orange County Jail. I'll release you as to this charge, also ordering court costs, reducing those to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Good luck to you, sir. Stay out of trouble, all
Thank you,
right?
Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yilmaz Khan.
Worthy bondage, Your Honor.
Okay, Devontae Worthy bonded. All right. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Got papers flying everywhere. Yilmaz Varan? Oh, Han, okay. Middle name there, all right. Let's see. Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with driving under the influence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Sir, you do not qualify for the appointment of the Public Defender's Office. Your bond is set at $500, and I will stay that bond amount. Special condition of your bond is you do not drive without a valid driver's license. Do you understand, sir? Okay, that is all. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask something?
Yes.
When the police officer told me I got drunk or some drug in my blood, really be honest,
I would not talk about the facts of the case.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it anyway, sir, so wait to talk to your attorney when you get one, okay? All right, thank you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Fidel Cedeno.
Okay, Fidel Cedeno, okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a firearm as well as misdemeanor battery. I have reviewed this. State, have you reviewed this?
Yes, Judge.
Correct me if I'm wrong, nobody actually saw a gun, and when he was arrested, no gun was recovered?
A gun was recovered.
A gun was
A gun
recovered?
was recovered. I believe it was a Glock in his waistband where he was grabbing and touching when he was making some of the threats towards the victim.
Okay, all right, I misread that. Okay. Then, sir, I do find probable cause in this matter. And I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I will set a bond in this charge in the amount of $3,500, and then on the battery, $500 for a total of $4,000. Special condition of your bond, you are to have no contact with the named victim. You're to not return to the Mai Tai restaurant downtown. You are to possess no weapons. That is all. Okay, thank you.
Compliment is behavior, Your Honor.
Okay. On 2022 CF 13012AO, Charles Conklin, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will stay the bond amounts as listed. So for the petty theft, $250, aggravated assault with a weapon, $2,500, simple assault on a firearm, on an officer or firefighter, $500, possession of drug equipment, also $500. Special condition in that matter that he not return to the Publix at 8863 West Colonial Drive. He's also currently out on bond on 2022 MM 5812AO. Do we know how much that bond amount is? On what he's out on bond for?
1 second.
Count one, the resistant merchandise recovery was $2,500, and the petty theft was $100.
So 2,500 and 100?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm revoking his previous bond and doubling it. So count one will be 5,000, count two will be 200. And
Your Honor,
say,
in the new law state would request no contact with the victim and no weapons as well.
okay, also no contact with the victim and possess no weapons. And appoint the public defender's office.
Waiver.
All right. Sir, could you tell me your name?
Garrison Cook, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Cook. We have, is it 4 cases? 5 cases. All right, sir, on you have a failure to appear in Division 10 on 2018 CF 10329AO. The judge in that case has set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond status. In that matter, appoint the public defender to represent you. Then in 2022 CF 13005AO, you were arrested and charged with grand theft motor vehicle as well as resisting without violence. And I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'll stay the bond on grand theft motor vehicle at 1,000 and resisting without violence at 150. On 2022 MM 7525AO, resisting without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you and stay the bond on the resisting without violence at 500, on the possession of drug paraphernalia at 100. And in 2022 CT 6339AO, you were arrested and charged with no valid driver's license. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you and set bond in the amount of $500 on that charge as well. And that is all.
Your Honor, the silver is behavior.
Behavior, okay. On 2022 CF 13004AO, he was arrested for battery on a corrections officer, battery by a detainee in a detention facility, and resisting a corrections officer with violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office and stay the bond at $2,500 on the battery on a corrections officer. Stay the bond at $2,500 by battery on a detainee in a detention facility, and stay the bond at $1,000 on a resisting a corrections officer with violence. Special condition that he possess no weapons, and apparently he also has 2022 CF 13021AO. He was charged with criminal mischief as well as burglary of an emergency vehicle. I've reviewed this, I find probable cause. And on the burglary charge, I will set the bond at $2,000, on the criminal mischief at $500, and appoint the public defender's office. Okay. Jeffrey Thomas Donahue. Okay, is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed this. I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'll stay the bonds in the amount of $1,000 on the methamphetamine, $100 on the paraphernalia charge, and that is all. Thank you. All right. Willie Otis Flowers. Where'd this come from? Oh, okay. You say, where'd that come from? All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Willie Flowers.
Okay, Mr. Flowers, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed this and I do find probable cause in this matter. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I will stay the bond amount on the possession of cocaine at $1,000 and possession of drug paraphernalia at $150. And that is all, sir.
Grant Young bonded, Your Honor.
Grant Young, he bonded? Okay, all right.
Janelli is behavior.
Okay. On 2022 CF 13011AO, Anthony Yanelli. He was charged with driving while license revoked. Subsequent offense. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender and I'll stay the bond amount in the amount of $2,500. Special condition, he does not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Holly. Let's see. You were arrested and charged with grand theft motor vehicle as well as possession of cocaine and carrying a concealed weapon. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on all three charges. On the grand theft motor vehicle, I will set bond in the amount of $1,000 on the possession of cocaine. Also $1,000 carrying a concealed weapon, $500. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in these matters. Sir, you're currently out on bond on 2022 CF 8814AO, battery and false imprisonment. At this time, I'm going to revoke that bond and double the amounts.
Your Honor, I would ask that you take no action. He was arrested in July. To date, no information has been filed.
State?
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct?
I believe we're still waiting on victim contact. I believe the last time we contacted her was 11/2, and we still have not gotten it.
Okay, that being the case, I will take no action on 2022 CF 8814AO. Okay. Yeah, no action. It'll just get confusing otherwise. Okay. So no action at all on that. So. I may not have signed, maybe I shouldn't have signed that since that's what I didn't do anything. 'Cause that was, took into consideration release on new case, is that the bottom one?
It's the bottom one.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Relish Jacobs, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Jacobs, you were arrested on a failure to appear on a charge, so failure to appear for pretrial on November 2nd for a charge of possession of utilone in Division 20. And the judge in that division set your bond at $2,500. I will stay the bond. And you currently have counsel already?
Oh, you have attorney?
Does he have the PD already? Okay, you've already been appointed the PD. Okay? Thank you.
No. Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Adrian Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you were arrested and charged with possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, as well as possession of cocaine with intent to sell and deliver. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Sir, you do not qualify for the services of the public defender. You're going to have to hire your own attorney. Okay, can I ask you where this came from? Why it's doubling these amounts that were on the original paperwork?
Your Honor, because he's not from the area.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I believe he has a Texas history or Texas ID. Just not some-
No, he lives here.
That's, I don't know, maybe that's why. That's potentially why the
Well,
officer did it.
Still, given the charges, I don't believe that those amounts are warranted.
They said it was double because he was out of state.
Well, anyway, this court is going to set bond on the possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver in the amount of $2,000 and on possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver the amount of $15,000 for a total of $17,000, sir.
Your Honor, state would ask for a no return to the Alpha Theta Pi.
Christian Linares? Yes? Okay. All right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with sexual assault by a 24-year-old or older on a victim less than 16 years old, cruelty toward a child, use or allow child to engage in sex, as well as obscene material or possession of more child porn images. So I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will stay the bond amounts as listed here at $15,000 on each charge for a total of $45,000. Special conditions of the bond are that you have no contact with the victim. You also have no unsupervised contact with any child under 16. So, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this matter. Under 16. No unsupervised contact. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Kenneth Miles.
Okay, Mr. Miles. A warrant was issued for failure to appear for a trial management conference on October 25th of this year in 2022 CF 2744. The charge is possession of dimethylpentalone. And the judge in that case set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status. Does he already have the public defender? Okay, you're already represented by the public defender. Okay, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, Millian Rodriguez bonded.
Okay. We have Juan Pablo Rojas.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Juan Pablo Rojas was, okay. Could you tell me your name for the record?
I'm Pablo Rojas. I go by Natalia Rojas, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you were arrested and charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I will stay the bond amount of $1,000. Anything else, State?
No, Judge.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Olandra Rosado?
Refuse, Your Honor.
Refused, okay. They are charged with grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I find probable cause, appoint the public defender, and will stay the amount in $1,000. And public defender waives their appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Dominic Sanders?
No.
That's you? Okay. All right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a place of worship with intent to sell, possession of oxycodone, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in these matters, and I will set bond. I will stay the bond amounts previously set. So on the possession of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a church or place of worship, I'll stay it at $15,000. Purchase of oxycodone, $150. Possession of cannabis, $100. Resisting without violence, $100. Possession of drug paraphernalia, $100. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. That is all.
Your Honor, State would ask for a no return to 208 South Paramore Avenue, which is that place of worship.
Okay. And no return to 208 South Paramore Avenue, sir. Okay, thank you.
Santos Contreras bonded, Your Honor.
All right.
And Slimp bonded also, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joshua Van Swearingen.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in these matters. I will appoint the public defender to represent you, and I will stay the bond amounts on the possession of methamphetamine at $1,000, possession of cannabis $100, possession of paraphernalia at $100, and that is all. Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Tammy. It's Tammy Woodard.
Okay, Miss Woodard, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will stay the bond amounts in the amount of $1,000 on the possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia at $100. And that is all. Is that everything? So far. Okay, let's get everybody organized. Have my fingers crossed. Anybody else back there? Okay, then I'm going off record. Okay. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good.
Good. All right, sir, you were arrested and charged with petty theft in 2022 MM7501AO. And I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and I'll set bond in this case in the amount of $500. Sir, you're currently out on an ROR, it appears, on 2022 MM416AA. Also for a petty theft, I'm going to revoke your ROR and set a bond in that case on the petty theft in the amount of $500, the battery $100, resisting merchandise recovery $100. Okay. And order no return.
Your Honor, I believe we didn't take action on the merchandise recovery, so it's only count 1 and 2.
Okay, just 1 and 2 then. Yes. I think that's what I said. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Samuel Hayes.
Okay, Mr. Hayes. You were arrested and charged with false imprisonment, domestic violence, as well as aggravated battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause for both counts. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And we have a witness in the witness box. If we could swear her in, please.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth and whole truth to help you God?
Yes.
State your name for the record, please.
Brenda Sarizer.
Any questions?
Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your relationship to Mr. Hayes?
He's my boyfriend, also the father of my newborn.
Ma'am, I can't understand you, so could you pull your mask down while you're in there?
He's my boyfriend and also the father of my newborn.
Okay.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Yes, once.
Approximately how long ago would you say the last time was?
That was in August.
If anything like this or anything more severe ever occurred in the future, would you feel comfortable calling 911?
Yes.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set bond in count 1 in the amount of $1,500 and in count 2 in the amount of $1,500. Special conditions of the bond are that you have no hostile contact with the named victim in this case, that you possess no weapons. Was alcohol involved in this?
Not that I saw, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, State?
No, Judge.
Okay. right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Leo Lejeune.
Okay, Mr. Lejeune?
Your Honor,
Yes.
in this particular case, I did have a PC challenge as to the sell and delivery. And I believe the state is also in agreement to the charge of sell and delivery with cannabis, and sell and delivery with meth. There was no indication that he sold or delivered any, drugs. All the officer found was a large baggie with 6 smaller baggies, but nothing to indicate a sell and delivery. So I would argue no PC as to sell and delivery. And that you find PC for what, just straight possession?
Your Honor, state agrees. State would ask that you find PC for possession of MDMA ecstasy on count 1 and find possession of cannabis under 20 grams on count 2.
Okay. Then on 2022 CF 12999AO, given the agreement between the state and the public defender, well, first, I will find probable cause not for sale and delivery, but for simple possession of methamphetamine. I will set bond in the amount of $1,000 for that, and on the possession of cannabis, I'll set bond at $500 for that. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you on both of those charges. Then I'm sure the state does.
I generally do our case management systems down, so can you just give me a minute, Madam Clerk?
Say 93.13 something, don't know what. All right, and then as to the aggravated battery, the court finds probable cause in that matter and appoints the public defender to represent him. Is there anybody here to testify? Okay, I will set bond in the amount of $2,000 in that case, and order that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Could he also have a one-time return with law enforcement to gather any belongings, Your Honor?
Yes, one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Ernest Waddell Sweetie.
Okay, Mr. Sweeting, you were arrested and charged on 2022 CF 13001AO with battery, domestic violence, and then 2 counts of obstructing justice, tampering with a witness. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on these counts, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, I will set bond on your battery domestic violence in the amount of $500, and on each count of obstruction, $250. So for a total of $1,000. Special conditions of the bond are that you possess no weapons and that you have no contact whatsoever with the named victim in the case. Anything else, State?
Your Honor, state would ask for separate residences, no weapons.
Okay, and maintain separate residences. I already said no weapons, so, okay. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Charlie Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, you were arrested and charged with battery domestic violence in 2022, MM 7520AO. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. You qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release. Special conditions of this release is that you have no contact with the named victim, who I believe is a brother.
Yes.
That for the time being, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons, We have nobody here in this case.
No, Your Honor. And could he have a one-time return with law enforcement?
One-time return with law enforcement to pick up your property. Go stay with a friend for the time being, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Did I appoint the public defender? Oh, okay. I meant to. Okay. All right. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Giuliani Cardenas, good morning.
Okay, Ms. Cardenas, you were arrested and charged with battery in 2022 MM 551 AW. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this case. Okay. All right.
And, Your Honor, if I may on this,
Mhm.
I would just ask that you set a bond on the new law. Normally it would be 500. I just asked for a $1,000 bond and no action on the out on bond. She was arrested September 22nd, and to date, no information has been filed. Apparently, both parties have been arrested. Originally, there was a no contact order, and then the court allowed contact. I believe that if we keep a no contact order, that would prevent any further altercations, and she's already made arrangements to go live with her mom, who thinks it's best. So I would just ask that you take no action on the out on bond and just set the misdemeanor battery higher at $1,000, Your Honor.
State?
Your Honor, state will leave it within your discretion.
Okay. On the new charge, I will set bond in the amount of $1,000 with special conditions. You are to have no contact with the named victim. You possess no weapons.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to take no action on the 2022 MM 551. Nope. Yes, 551 AW. The new case is 2022 MM 638 AW. Correct.
At one time,
Right.
one time return.
Maintain separate residences. I don't,
She doesn't need to go back.
you're having no contact, that kind of goes without saying.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning, Judge. My name is Jasmine Colon.
Okay, Ms. Cologne, you were arrested and charged with battery domestic violence in 2022 MM 7522 AO. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. There's no one here? Okay. You do qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release, but it does come with conditions. I'm going to release you on PTR. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Conditions of your release are you are to have no contact with the named victim, maintain separate residences. You can return once to gather your property, and that'd be accompanied by law enforcement. And you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
No, Judge.
Okay. That's all. No weapons should include no firearms. Every firearm is a weapon. So, yes. Mhm. All right. Getting two different things here. Okay, good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Adam Hakeem.
Okay, Mr. Hakeem, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. No, simple battery, I'm sorry. Okay, and I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. You do not qualify for the public defender. Let's see. And we have somebody in the witness box. Is that the named victim?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Do.
Please state your name for the record.
Aris Bossett. I have laryngitis. Aris Bossett.
Thank you.
Okay. State?
I'll try to ask you very easy questions.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. What is your relationship to Mr. Hakeem?
His mother.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
If anything like this ever occurred in the future, would you feel comfortable calling law enforcement?
Yes.
Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
Maybe.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Your Honor, just for the record, according to the affidavit, the victim did tell law enforcement that this is not the first time he struck her, and he struck her multiple times in the past. So just have you take that into account when setting Mr. Hakeem's bond.
Not like this. Not like this. He has anger issues, but he just throws things around and do stuff like that.
Okay.
He needs anger classes, anger management, and he never goes through with them.
And Your Honor, just for the record, he does have a prior battery.
Okay. Young man, you do qualify for PTR, which is a non-monetary release, but it comes with conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
Mom, are you okay with him coming back to live with you? Or would you prefer he go stay with a friend for a while?
I booked him a room somewhere to stay.
Okay.
So until he was supposed to go to the Navy, but he was going up and down. He just finished his ASVAB test. So anything you can do to help him just get there, it would be very, very helpful because that's his call and that's what he wants to do.
Okay. Sir, anything else, State?
No, Judge.
Okay. So if you violate any of those conditions, we're going to revoke that pretrial release and this is going to be readdressed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. You need to learn to control your behavior.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Denny Ray Jackson. Well,
This is the co-defendant. Your Honor, I will waive the appearance.
okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent Denny Ray Jackson. I find probable cause.
He qualifies for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release, Your Honor.
Nope, because he's on behavior and he's got a lot of priors. So I will set bond in the amount of $500 and he can address it. With special conditions, no no contact, possess no weapons. If he can't behave himself enough to come to court, he's not going to get PTR from me. All right. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Ross LeCount Jefferson III.
Okay, Mr. Jefferson, you were arrested and charged with battery, dating violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. And I will set bond in the amount of $500 with special conditions that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Mark Jordan.
Okay, Mr. Jordan, you are here on 2022 MM7537AO. You were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, as well as resisting an officer without violence. We have no one here to testify. Okay, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office, and I will set bond on your battery case in the amount of $500, and your resisting case in the amount of $500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons, and that you comply with any DCF plan that might be put in place. That is all.
Your Honor, did you provide a one-time return with law enforcement?
One-time return with law enforcement.
Your Honor, Jesse is mental health, but he has a victim out in the gallery.
Okay, on Judson Justy, I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent him. And if we could have the, person here.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Darlene Eugene.
Good morning, Miss Eugene. Can you please state your relationship to Mr. Justy?
I'm his wife.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Years ago. Yeah.
Approximately how long ago would you say?
Wow. Before the COVID, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
Alcohol, I believe. I didn't see him drink, but I believe alcohol to his condition.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Say there's no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. I have a question. While you say you may want to have contact, do you want to live in the same residence with him?
I believe his mother gonna find a place for him to stay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it'd be
we find a
best that
place
he
to
lives
stay.
somewhere else, but you can still have contact. Is that what
Yeah,
you,
for now.
for now?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500 with the special conditions that he maintain a separate residence. He can return once accompanied by law enforcement to obtain his property. That he follow any DCF plan, that he have no hostile contact with you. He can have contact, but no hostile contact. And that he consume no alcohol as a condition of his release.
Can I say something, ma'am?
Yes.
Is it, I believe that he need a court order to see help for his alcoholic and also his mental illness. Because I know he been battling a mental problem for a while, but he won't seek any help because he think he got it in control, and he don't. He just keep going down and down the hill. So for the past 3.5 years, been worse because he would not admit it that he have a problem, and that's professional that really can help him, especially for the alcohol and his mental illness. Because I see when he's when he go at it, I see him even talk to the deaf, having a whole full conversation, like the room full of a lot of people, and there's nobody there. He need help. And voluntary, he won't get up and go by himself because he think he got it right here. So I'm just asking, is it possible? You can.
Well, ma'am, at this stage, basically, he's presumed innocent. These are just conditions of his release. As this case goes on, more things may be done, but I'm not going to order a lot of mental health
Okay.
things at this point in time, ma'am. So
Okay.
the conditions I already said. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Likely what will happen is the PD's office can get a evaluation if they do believe something's happening. And if this continues and either pleas or goes to trial, there's also things that can be ordered at that time.
Oh, okay.
But, so things further in the case, but just not today.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Miracle Alicia Phillips.
Okay, Ms. Phillips. You were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, and this is in 2022 MM 7528AO. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. You qualify for PTR, which is pretrial release. You don't have to put money up to get out, but it is a conditional release. The conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
Your Honor, I believe DCF was contacted, and I believe she may need a one-time return.
You said they didn't, you guys live together?
Okay, that you comply with any DCF plan that might be put in place, and that you may return to the residence to obtain your property. It says here that they already live separately.
They don't live together.
I didn't think they did, so, okay. I'm not gonna even put that in there. But now's not a good time to move in together, if you know what I mean. So, I'm gonna say maintain separate residences, but she doesn't need to go back and get her property because they don't live together currently. All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Tillme, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this matter. I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $1,000. Special conditions of that bond are that you possess no weapons, that you have no contact with the named victim. Do they currently live together? I don't think they do.
We were.
You were living together?
Say this incident. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor, he needs to gather some belongings.
Okay, I'll give you, maintain separate residences. You can have a one-time return to the property to obtain your belongings, and that's to be accompanied by law enforcement. So no weapons, no contact. Okay. All right. Morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joseph Taylor. It says Turner.
It does say Turner. Okay. Could we make a note of an AKA? That Turner's the AKA and his name is Taylor? All right.
I'm sorry, Judge. Taylor is the first name.
Well, the name that we have is Joseph Levi Turner, and he's saying his true name is Taylor, not Turner.
Joseph Levi Taylor.
That his last name is Taylor. Do you have an ID?
In the wallet that is in evidence or whatever my.
It says Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, you want to make a notation there. All right. Sir, you were arrested and charged with battery, dating violence. This is in 2022 MM 7536 AO. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter. You do qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary, you don't have to put money to get out. However, there are conditions. You are to have no contact with the named victim, possess no weapons, maintain separate residences. Were you all living together?
Yes.
Okay. You can return once to gather your belongings. That's to be accompanied by police, law enforcement. Anything else, state?
No, Judge.
Well, you're not the state. I was asking her, but she has the same answer. Okay, thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, William Watton.
Okay, Mr. Watton, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. This is 2022 MM 7533AO. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And it says here you qualify for PTR, which is a non-monetary release. You don't have to put up money to get out. However, this is a conditional release, and the conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim, that you comply with any DCF plan that gets put in place, that you consume no alcohol as a condition of this release, that you possess no weapons. Were they living together, state?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, that you maintain a separate residence. You can return once accompanied by law enforcement to obtain your property. Okay. And that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Ramina Youssef.
Okay, Ms. Youssef, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. And this is 2022 MM 7531AO. I have reviewed this, and I do find probable cause in this matter. Yes, and I'll appoint the public defender.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Say that again.
Please state your name for the record.
Yolal Samro.
Good morning, sir. Can you please state your name or your relationship to Miss Youssef?
I didn't hear you, man. I'm having a hard time hearing.
Can you state your relationship to Miss Youssef?
Wife,
Are you afraid of her?
was that?
Are you afraid?
I can't hear you.
Are you afraid of her?
No, I'm not.
Your Honor, can I sit so I can be closer to the microphone?
Yes.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
He's deaf on one side.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
If anything like this or anything more severe ever occurred in the future, would you be comfortable calling 911?
Something like this was to happen, would you feel comfortable calling 911?
Yes.
Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
Release, which is a non-monetary release. You don't have to put up money, but there are conditions to the release.
Okay.
One of the conditions is that you have no hostile contact with the named victim in the case, which means if you start feeling angry, it's your obligation to walk away, go take a walk, cool down. I don't have any jurisdiction over him. I have jurisdiction over you. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay, and also that you possess no weapons, okay?
Your Honor, DCF was also contacted.
Okay, and you comply with any DCF plan that might be put in place?
Yes.
All right, and I have appointed the public defender to represent you, ma'am, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning. My name is Zeta Luz Bellevue.
Okay, Ms. Bellevue, you have an out-of-county warrant from Lake County, and the judge in Lake County set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and Lake County will be here to pick you up pretty soon.
Even though I was on probation here, because I live in Orlando.
Lake County, you have a Lake County warrant.
Yeah, for my violation of probation, but I live in Orlando. My probation's in Orlando. That's why I'm a little confused.
Your Honor, I believe probation was transferred here, however, Lake still has the jurisdiction.
Okay.
It's their
all
case
right.
number.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Willie Frank Blunt.
Okay, sir, you also have an out-of-county warrant from Seminole County,
Yes, ma'am.
and the judge there set your bond at 0. I'll stay the no bond status, and Seminole County will come by to get you pretty soon, okay?
I had my attorney found a motion to extract the bond because, to extract the capias for the bond hearing because I was in a hit and run. I've already out on bond on this charge. Judge Woodard is a good judge, but I have my license. Before driving without license, I just had a knee surgery. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, sir,
You still have to know jurisdiction.
you're going to have to go to Seminole County. I'm an Orange County judge, and you have to go to Seminole County, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Fafan Pascal.
Okay, Ms. Pascal, you have out-of-county warrants for Polk County. The judge in Polk County set your bond at 0. I'll stay the no bond status, and Polk County will be coming to get you pretty soon, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
James Stevens.
Okay, Mr. Stevens, you are here on a violation of probation that was signed by Judge Robert Egan, and he set your bond at no bond. So he's on your violation of probation. It's for a grand theft charge. And so I'll stay the no bond status, appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. Okay? Okay, and good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Williams, you are also here for a violation of probation. Let's see. And the judge set a no bond on your violation of probation. I'll stay the no bond status and appoint the public defender to represent you. And find more information. Okay, and the violation of probation is apparently a new arrest for aggravated battery and aggravated assault. Okay? All right, the public defender will be out to see you soon. Thank you. And these are what?